Hey guys, welcome to Master the Atariverse. I'm your host, the All Console Gamer. On this channel, we do nothing but strictly Atari. So I got some cool stuff here for you. I wanted to show you some of these mini arcade cabinets. I picked these up at a recent Commodore Computer Club meeting. These are actually really cool. They actually stand about 6 inches tall when you're done with them, and they're about 2 inches wide. Mrs. Pac-Man and Gravatar. Galagas, by far one of the coolest on here. Ooh, an arcade sensation back in the day. Dragon's Lair. But they messed it up when they ported it over to Nintendo, that's for sure. Because a lot of ports that went from the arcade to the Nintendo did not do it justice. But this game in the arcade was fantastic. Here's another one. The original by Nintendo. First ported from the arcade to the Coleco. Can anybody tell me what it is? That's right, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, miniature arcade cabinets, obviously. It's too bad these aren't playable, because this would be extremely cool. I hope to have a Donkey Kong arcade cabinet here soon. Alright, next one we have is Defender. And I'm actually going to be building some of these in a later episode, so go ahead and stay tuned so I can post them up in my game room here. Alright, and this one here is the arcade. This is Robotron 2084. If anybody ever played this on the Atari 7800, it's a very frantic game. You can play two-player. One person can run around while the other person shoots, or you can play one player where you can run around and shoot at the same time. So really, really cool game, especially on the arcade. Oh, and most people's favorite game, Tempest. Who could forget playing Tempest? Tempest is awesome. It's right up there with playing Centipede and Galaga. I mean, Tempest was a really, really cool game. Then we got here Pac-Man, one of the most ported games out of any, in like the history of Pac-Man right here. And then we have here, oh, how'd this get in here? This is a Commodore SX64 mini version. So I wanted to share these with you. I thought these were really cool. You don't really see a whole lot of these, so as soon as I find out where you guys can print these off, I'll make sure that the link is on the bottom. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. It's Atari Earthworld. This particular game, this was the start of what Atari hoped would be, you know, their crowning jewel, what would help rejuvenate gaming. So let's read here. Warning, all who enter Earthworld will encounter danger, trials, tests, and obstacles. All will have an equal chance to decipher the hidden message. So this is pretty cool already. As you explore Earthworld, you will traverse 12 rooms, each named after a sign of the zodiac, which is weird because, I don't know what, thousands of years ago there's 13 signs of the zodiac, so each named after a sign of the zodiac, you will encounter dangers such as the horns of a charging Taurus, and you will be called upon to demonstrate your skills and abilities. Well, you know what? This is actually pretty cool. Let's see here. I really love the illustrations on this. They really took their time on this game, and the illustrations speak for themselves, and so does the color. And just the idea behind this game was actually far superior than a lot of Atari games that were actually produced. Now, this came out in 1983, also along with Fire World, Water World, Air World never showed up. Water World is an extremely rare and expensive game. I think just for a cartridge it runs close to 200 bucks. So I hope to, be able to get one of them one of these days. May or may not 100% sure yet, but But when it comes to that time, if I gotta ring up a good friend of mine to let me play it, I'll make sure that you guys can get some footage of it. So we're gonna go ahead and play it here. I have 2 copies of the game. I have my playable version here, and then I have a second playable version, but this is actually my box version of it that I like to try to keep a little bit more sealed. This is details inside. Play the $150,000 SwordQuest challenge. What's really cool about this, and I want to share with you guys real quick, is one of the pieces in my collection that I actually show in my entrance here. This here is a SwordQuest challenge poster. That's right, the ATARI SwordQuest challenge for Earthworld. What's really cool about this particular poster, though, this is the official rules ATARI SwordQuest challenge Earthworld contest. This is an official entry form that I actually went to a Commodore Computer Club, and I actually purchased I don't know, 3 boxes full of Atari stuff, and ended up with about 60 games and 2 consoles. And I started digging through some of the Atari stuff that I just purchased, and I found some posters, found some manuals. I found this, and I'm like, hey man, that's really cool. And then I looked on the back when I got it home and realized that this was an official entry form. Now these, as far as I know, are extremely rare to find, and this is really cool to add to my SwordQuest collection. So I'm 1 game away from finishing my SwordQuest collection. That's why I really wanted to start this. So if anybody's ever seen one of these, you know these are pretty cool to get your hands on. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start playing Earthworld.